Hey, it's Ashley from Elemental Growth. I'm here today with Bela. So I'm just going to let her do her introduction there. But our main objective today is really to help you ignite your willpower and find your fitness routine. Right?
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. So my name is Bela, and I've been I've been a licensed professional counselor, so that was one of my titles. And then I mainly work on the mindset around building healthy habits in each area. So I call myself at the moment a holistic wellness coach, or you can call me a mindset wellness coach. So it's really the mindset behind getting set with your wellness, and we look at it holistically because we want to address the mind, body, and spirit. We're not just talking about mental health. We're not just talking about losing 10 pounds or getting physically fit. It's the whole total package that's really going to give lasting long-term results and be able to help people to endure and continue through it, which is what I experienced for myself. And so I went from having a really dark period of time where I was mainly focusing on spirituality and that part of my health. I wasn't physically healthy and I wasn't really mentally healthy. So it was a focus there. And then I started trying to get physically healthy and realized so much of it had to do with my mindset and my belief system about myself and about my relationships with others. And so that's really what I based my practice around, was my own journey and experiences to wellness. So that's kind of the direction that I'm coming from. So today, Ashley asked me here to speak to you guys about specifically workouts and fitness and physical activity and the willpower that it takes to continue with that. And so I'm just going to go through some of the simple, I started with the basics because I feel like that sets a really strong foundation for where you're headed. So one of the main things that I discovered was getting my workout done early in the morning. And there are several reasons for that. Like, it's an unhindered time. So, you're going to be putting out fires throughout the rest of the day. For me specifically, my main group is mental health professionals that I work with. And we're in the giving profession, right? We're helping other people. And all throughout the day, you're putting out fires. You're mentally exhausted. You're physically exhausted. And so even if you have to wake up a little bit early just to get some you time and just get that workout in, because that's going to help your clarity and your focus as you're trying to put out fires the rest of the day. Because if you try to wait too late in the day, then that can be your decision, much more energy that I can put into this. So that's one of the main things that I had to start doing, was waking up early. I didn't call myself a morning person. I was like, I don't really enjoy getting up early, but I had to do that for myself to make sure that I got in my me time early in the morning. So that's one of the things that actually helps a lot also with willpower, is just once it's in and, once it's part of your routine in the morning, there isn't much willpower to it, because it's just the same time every day, and you stop making excuses. It's like, this is going to happen no matter what. It's kind of like eating. You're going to eat no matter what, right? That's just part of what you do. You don't ask, oh, should I eat today or should I not eat today? It's just part of life. So getting it in early, and let's see. Yeah, and also making it a non-negotiable was another thing. It wasn't, do I want to work out today? It was, I'm doing my workout today. The thing that helped me with that was also having a program to follow, because when I had a program, like a fitness program, I didn't have to think, oh, what do I feel in the mood for working out today, and trying to look up something on YouTube or try to come up with my own routine. It was more mindless, I guess you could say, and we really need that when we're first starting out. especially when we're first starting out, but it still helps me. So, but yeah, just having the same place to go to every single day for my workout. So it's just click the video, start the video, and then that's the same thing that you do every single day. So making it that non-negotiable, setting yourself up for success. So like after my workout, then I will lay out my workout clothes. I lay out my water bottle and, set myself up for the following morning, because when you wake up in the morning, you're done because you're just still waking up. So the more that you can do to prepare for it the night before, lay out your shoes and everything, that's going to help you to stay solid with sticking with it every day. And then some of the willpower also comes from knowing how bad you want it and what are you willing to sacrifice to make sure that it happens. And so some of us have had to sacrifice that evening movie time and that television in the evening so that we can go to bed a little bit earlier and wake up earlier. So that was something I had to do. It was hard because I was like, I love spending time with my husband and he works a long day. And I had to, we had to transition a little bit. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to bed at this time. And then he started to be flexible with it. He was like, okay, well, maybe we can watch a television show instead of a 2-hour movie. So television shows, you got 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. So he started to compromise and see that this was important, which I'd done several times before. But, it comes with sacrificing sometimes and saying, look, this is so important to me that I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to do it no matter what. So we may as well make it work and try to find something that works with it. And part of knowing how bad you want it is also coming from your strong purpose and your intention. So knowing your why. So when you're jumping into a fitness routine, or when you're trying to take ownership of your wellness, no matter what point you're starting at, for me, it was some with mental health, it was some with physical health and weight loss. But whatever it is, know your strong why. So beneath that weight loss, beneath that, oh, I just want to get healthy. We can all say that, but what is it really going to do for you? And, what will you be able to accomplish? And so visualizing that for yourself, I do that as part of my morning routine, is visualizing where I want to go. And so that can be business minded, but also fitness minded. So one of my big things was we went to the Grand Canyon, and they told me that they asked me, it's a long hike down and it's really difficult. And it was at that point that I realized I'm not physically fit. And what they're basically telling me is that I can't do this unless I'm physically healthy. And that was a big wake up call, because I never had somebody tell me that I couldn't do something physically that I wanted to. And I realized that my health was hindering me from being able to do what I really enjoyed, which was hiking and doing these long hikes and being physically active. And I missed that during this period of time. So my strong why became, I want to be able to do the kind of things that I want to do with my life. I want to be able to hike and see these beautiful places and not have somebody tell me that I can't do it because I'm not healthy. I also wanted a healthier relationship with my husband. I wanted to feel energized, and I felt really slow and lethargic. And I was like, I want community. So all of these different things played into my why and became, there was usually one main thing, I guess. And for me, starting out was, I want to be able to do more with my life and be able to hike and stuff. And then it became, wow, this is actually really helping my mental health. And now even today, the reason that I keep it up is because if I don't get my workout, I'm less clear when I'm trying to work throughout the day, and I am more slow and I don't accomplish as much on the days where I'm I don't get up and really have that strong morning routine and that workout. So your why may change over time, and that's completely normal and natural. But part of what's going to get you out of bed every day and get you motivated and staying consistent is knowing why you're doing it, visualizing that and what that's going to feel like and taste like and smell like, and what it's going to do for you every day, and what's going to make you wake up each day and be like, this is the life that I wanted. And so when you visualize that, and then you can start to see different aspects of it as you visualize it. So knowing your why is really powerful. I also recommend that my clients put it up somewhere where they're going to see it every single day. So whether that's in the form of a quote or a picture, some people put up a picture of where they want to be. Some people write it out. So I'll write down my goals and have those beside my mirror, because you're going to see it every day. You're going to see it every time you go to the bathroom. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you're going to see that and be reminded of it. I also recommend on the fridge a lot of times, because I'll put like self-love quotes or something on my fridge, and that that helps a lot. So I think the one that I put at my house, it says, "You've always been beautiful, but today you're going to be, but you're working towards being a fitter, faster, stronger version of your beautiful self," or something along those lines. And that was really key to me at first, because I was not believing that I was beautiful. And so knowing that I have always been beautiful, I have a beautiful spirit, I have a beautiful heart, I'm just trying to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And so that was really powerful for me at first. So things like that can be really good on your fridge, and places where you may start to tear yourself down a little bit. And that'll help to keep you motivated and energized. A few other things, I think actually maybe my last main thing is spending time with like-minded people. Community was really pivotal, because we, a lot of times, especially, I mean, I would say men as well, but since I'm a woman, I can speak from that position. So I would say, especially for many of us women, we really like crave community and support with each other. And you know, at least the women that I hang out with, we love to talk, and we love to like share our ideas and collaborate together and work together. And so it was really powerful for me when I found a healthy community that I could be involved in. And that was so much more powerful than my husband, as it was for a while. So, so spending time with like-minded people, because then you become more like the people that you surround yourself with. So all of those things help to increase your commitment, because if all your friends are working out, or you're like in a good group that's working out, or it's trying to stick to their healthy goals, and they're like, look, I don't feel like working out today, but I did it anyway, and the workout was amazing, and I felt energized after, then you're much more likely to be like, you know what, I don't really feel like working out today, but she did it, so I'm going to do it too. And it helps really to be able to see that and be encouraged by each other. And yeah, so I would say those are some of the main things that I see as the keys to really helping people to be successful as far as fitness routine and their commitment and their willpower behind the scenes of that as well. So yeah, any other questions or things I could expand on?
Well, do you know what? I'm so happy that you brought up that last one, because it is so important. How did you find your tribe as you were going through these things and implementing?
I would say for my community, they kind of found me. So I was a teacher, and there was another girl there who was like the social coordinator or something for new teachers. And I was in a new city, new town, and she just was so full of life. And we just gravitate towards those kind of people when we want to talk to them and see what they're about. And she was that kind of person that you're just like, she like comes up and she's like, hey, how are you? Okay, tell me about your life. Let's talk about these things. And I was just like, oh, okay, this girl is like, she loves me. Like, she's just like so excited to meet me. And we shared some things in common. And then, pretty shortly thereafter, then she started, inviting me to be a part of that community, because I wanted it. I was like, yeah, it's a new community here. I don't know these people very well. And she was like, look, I got this great group of women, and we love encouraging each other, and it could be really supportive for you. And I got to tell you, though, I actually didn't believe her at first. I've had a lot of like bad experiences with women as well. and like close friendships and stuff, where the people, you know, we like, there were like gossip and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know, she seems really cool, but what if, you know, this happens again? And so I was very resistant. And she repeatedly was just like, look, we're not like that. We don't do that. And, and was just constantly, even when I would pull away and be like, I don't know about this, and I don't know if I trust these people, she was still consistent. She was still just there all the time. And anytime I came back, she was like, great to have you back. Let's get going. And it was just that consistent commitment, I guess, to her being genuine and being open. That was like, wow, you know, even if I pull away, she's still gonna, you know, be there to show that she cares about me. And I found the community was the same way. And so, so yeah, that was kind of how I got involved with them. I actually took a couple years break as I went through some things with my mental health. And once I then reached out to her and said, okay, look, I was in an addictions class, and I was like, I've been coping with alcohol, and I want to replace that with more nutrition and fitness. And she was right on board with me, and she was like, okay, let's get you started with this. We're going to start you in this place, and then we'll help you go from there. So she had me start with a fitness routine this is another point, actually, starting with a fitness workout that I really loved, which was dance. So it wasn't weights or, you know, like MMA or something that I wasn't ready for at that time. I was like, I enjoy dancing, and, you know, that's something that's not gonna, you know, make me angry when I wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I have to work out. And then we make excuses because we don't really like it anyway. So dance was a good place for me, because I was like, I already enjoy that. I'll look forward to it. So doing a fitness exercise that you enjoy, you know, biking or hiking or going for walks or dancing or whatever it is, it's something that you get excited about, but it is physical activity. So yeah, so those were some ways that I got involved with them.
Yeah, and that's so powerful too, because dancing is one that I do in my life as well. I think it just creates so much positive momentum for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways that you can do it too. Either like just saying, oh, I'm going to dance to my favorite playlist of 3 to 5 songs or however much time you have. Or like later on, you can start doing like challenges. So every time there's a part of a chorus, you're doing squats for that however many seconds, and then you change and go into another one. It turns into a HIIT kind of workout. It's a really good transition step. I'm so happy that you brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's very true. Like, there were some days where I was like, I just want to dance how I want to dance. I don't want to follow somebody's routine. And I just turn on my favorite music and just go at it. And then there were other days where it was like, okay, I'll try to learn a routine or something. So
yeah,
tomorrow, you know, that can get us really excited.
Yeah. So when it comes to commitment, you knew that you wanted to make this change. You wanted to crowd out alcohol and these other addictive and mental health issues that were going on by adding in like these things that you knew were good for you and that were going to empower you and that were going to nourish all of those areas of your life. What was it that like actually made that commitment stick? Like where in there did willpower actually exist, if it was actually willpower, or do you think it was more of a mental state of mind? What was it that helped there? Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, I was just thinking. I think it was something that was reinforced over time that finally clicked. So I was constantly told that I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And I didn't believe that for myself. And then one day, it's funny to say, but I think I just got so sick of it. I was like, I am done, like fluctuating and yo-yoing and like not sticking with it. And if she says I can do it, I'm going to do it. Like, I don't know. I'm going to figure this out for good. And I'd learned about a morning routine at that point because of her sharing about it and stuff. But I was just so discouraged. It was like, oh, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. And I think the shift was, I don't think I can do it, but I'm going to try. And it was even a point of like, maybe I can prove her wrong that I can't do it. But it was like, then it stuck. So it's my always rebellious spirit being like, I'm going to prove them wrong. And then it works. So yeah, I think one of the things was it was one of those things that I was like, you know, I'm going to stubbornly stick to it. It was actually a week before Thanksgiving when I started my morning routine, and I was tired of making excuses. So I was like, oh, well, this holiday is coming up, and oh, this birthday party is coming up, and these are the reasons why I can't do it. And I said, even though Thanksgiving is next week and I'm going to be traveling by plane, I'm going to be traveling to visit my family, I just need to start. I need to start somewhere at some time, and may as well be right now. And so it was a week before I went home for Thanksgiving and was, you know, off of a normal routine. And I was still like, nope, I think I'm done. I'm done being this way. And yeah, from there, I couldn't believe it, to be honest, but I stuck with it. And it was just that having it worked out in my head. So I thought through the reasons and the issues I'd had in the past. So some of the reasons, the mental health side of it, of like, I would be in the middle of a run and tearing myself down. It was like, oh, I'm not pushing as hard as I could, or I'm not doing as well as I did last week. And one of the things that helped with that was having personal development each morning as part of the morning routine. So before I would work out, I was listening to something that was confirming those positive beliefs. Starting to do affirmations for a little while. And yeah, doing that consistently each day, or even just at that point, I wasn't super consistent, you know, before I decided to do that day. But having her enforce it and seeing other people in the Facebook group enforce it, and hanging out with them and seeing how they push through their barriers, I think at that point, all of that was preparation for it. So while I do think it was just one day, I was like, I've had enough and I'm going to do it, I also had learned over time and hearing it. And even when you don't think it's sticking, it was sticking in my head. And then it was when I was ready and I said, I've had enough, I knew what I needed to do to get there. And that, you know, from there, then I stayed consistent with it. That friend who got me involved, we became workout buddies. And so we would also start programs together, and then everybody does the same program. And so you're like, today was so difficult. My legs are burning. And everybody else is like, yeah, mine too. I feel like I can't walk. And, you know, so you're getting that reinforcement from other people that are also doing it. And that makes you more likely to be like, oh, I wonder what today's workout's going to hold, because some of them have already done it and they're like, oh, be prepared for today. And you're like, okay, I'm ready. So yeah, that kind of enforcement was good.
Yeah. What else am I thinking? I don't know. You've shared a lot, and it's all really, really good things. But there was a couple of things that really stuck out to me. One thing that I heard was that, well, to me, if I'm translating properly, was that you had enough. So you almost took that anger, those emotions that we keep in our sacral chakra, and you pulled it up and turned that into willpower. And that was a really empowering moment. And that may be one of those things that really did help you push through all those times. You know, the fact that you were able to take everything that you had already learned. You know, when we're going through like some kind of recovery journey or like a sobriety journey or anything like that, relapse kind of comes with it, you know. But if you approach it with love, you see the lesson. Mm-hmm. And eventually, like, all of that kind of clicked in with you. And I love that you shared your story, because it opened up this conversation. So now I really am, like, I know that this is going to resonate with a lot more people. I've had conversations even this weekend with people about these similar things. And I'm really grateful that you're here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or talk about before we close up today? I know that you have an upcoming fitness program. So let you dive into that if you'd love to share with us.
Sure. So I have two different, completely different styles of the way that I do my coaching program. And so one of those ways, and I'll start by explaining how you would know which one of these it is. So depending on your why, if you're like me and you started and you're just coming out of recovery and you're like, okay, I've been coping with these poor ways of living and I need something really intensive that's going to overhaul each area of my life. That's the 5-month program that I have. And in that, the first month, we talk about the alcohol or more addictive recovery. I wouldn't say this is for alcoholics or anything like that, but for me, I coped with it for a time. And then I came out of it and such. But sometimes we start to fall into these negative habits. So whether that's like watching too much television or spending over shopping or so those kind of addictions or things that you're you keep falling into and using and you're like, I know there are healthy ways to deal with this. I don't want to keep binging anymore and those kind of things. We dive into that the first month. The second month is diving into relationships and communication skills. And this is all based on the journey that I went through. So I wasn't being genuine to who I was, which is why I was coping with alcohol. So that second month, you dive into how to be more genuine with your communications and your relationship skills with your close friends and acquaintances and be more authentic. Third month is looking at the environment and cleaning out your home and your space to really to go along with who you are walking into. So we can be reinforced by our environment in so many ways subconsciously we don't even realize. So by cleaning out your environment, you're going to open that space for you to be more fully yourself and move towards the future. And then the fourth month is where we dive into nutrition, getting you physically healthy. And that fifth month is the fitness. And so, so with that, it comes with the membership site where we have weekly modules. You're also going to get that fitness and nutrition online platform. You'll get weekly calls where you can share your celebrations and ask questions. You'll get individual 50-minute sessions with me. You'll get a Facebook group, email support, and an invitation to the retreat that we have. So all of those are in the 5-month program, and that's going to be for you if your why is, I need an intense overhaul. I need something much more in depth. And then as far as what you've been seeing a lot on my page lately, because we're about to start a new program, is a nutrition and fitness challenge group. And that's more about accountability and community. So if you're like, I need something long-term, I need something that, is just community and support, and we're doing this alongside each other. So, I went through counseling and support for a couple years before I was ready for this. So if you're like, I just need some good nutrition habits, I just need some good fitness support and community, that's through these challenge groups that I lead. And that's for my own accountability. that's for just sticking to our own health and wellness, especially for those of us who are coaches or givers or even entrepreneurs. We're so used to giving to other people. This is a time for us to get refueled. So that's going to help you to keep your passion alive for the long term. And so with that, it has the Netflix of fitness. And so that's going to be, I think it's over 1,200 workouts now. There are a lot of different programs and options. You got dance of various kinds, like country dance, hip hop dance, just regular pop dance, whatever. It's got a bunch of different ones. It's got MMA, it's got weightlifting, it's got cardio. So it, if you've heard of P90X or Insanity, it has all those included. So you get that for fitness, but then they also have nutrition guides that go along with it. And you're going to get a 30-day supply of the most popular shakes that we have in there. You're also going to get program materials, including a daily journal, grocery guides, a dry erase calendar so you can cross off each day. And you're going to get that accountability support, primarily of women, and that is going to help you to build that community over time. The more that people are involved in this, and the more that we actually participate and don't just stand on the sidelines and kind of watch everybody. We may do that for a time. I definitely did that for a time, but we see a lot of growth in the people who are like putting themselves into the group in Facebook, or coming to our live events and stuff like that, where we actually get to know each other in person and meet each other. And you realize that the people behind the Facebook group are actually like real people that are also doing the same things. So those live events are really powerful. So this next group starts on July 22nd, and then the program starts on July 29th, and they're like 20 to 30 minute workouts for this program specifically. But like I said, you have like 1,200 workouts that you can choose from. But for this group, this is one of the main ones that we will all be doing. I will tell you that. And that's because we find that, you're struggling and you're like, I don't know if I want to get my workout in. And then somebody's like, I didn't want to do it, but I got it done. And it was really hard. I hope you guys enjoy it when you also do it today. It's like you're all doing the same workouts on the same days, which is really, really powerful. So you can choose from any of them if you decide that this kind of program wouldn't be right for you. But this one has like a DJ for music, which is crazy. It's going to be 100 workouts, and it's like all different styles, and there are different modifications. So yeah, it is something that is going to be tailored to a lot of different kinds of people and different starting places, which is cool. So that's kind of what this next fitness group looks like for accountability and support. So I hope that gives a good idea and a good sense.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I love the points that you're making about, about community, especially. It does make such a difference to just reach out and connect. I think we're missing that in so many different areas of our lives, even in our own physical worlds right now. We spend so much of it online, talking to people online, and not fully opening up. And so we're feeling that in effect, like that nobody else is opening, or that we can't be real with other people. But really, it's the opposite. We're all seeking the same thing, and the internet is just a tool to help us find the exact people that we need and connect a little bit easier. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's been cool because I was actually really off social media, and I was like, social media, I like nature, I like being outside. And then it was so cool though, because then the more I was like, this is what I'm going through, and sharing it with people. And then I'd say hi to people on social media, and they're like, life story. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Like, they're just sharing everything because they feel like they know you, and they want to feel connection with people. And I just realized what a valuable tool social media was for really opening people up and being able to encourage and inspire them. I have people that they're not working with me. They're doing like CrossFit, or they're doing like some other program or something, but they're like, I come to you for inspiration, and I come to you for motivation, and you're what helped to get me started and stuff like that. So just to be that kind of vessel. And I think that's what we want to do with wellness, is like, that's why we coach others, is to just get the world to be more healthy, like get us back to the basics and back to nature, back to whole foods. Yeah. And what's really going to fuel us to be mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually healthy beings. So the more that we can spread that goodness to people, the better off the planet and the world is. So yeah.
Absolutely. And that's even when I started Elemental Growth or any of this. My first company before Elemental Growth was actually Ashley's Natural Alternatives. And before that, I had like a little bit of a travel blog. And the whole reason why any of it happened and why I always came back, even at times when I did go off grid, was because it is community. That's the whole purpose behind any of it, is to just connect. And I found, like, for me, especially when I started these programs and things like that, or even writing my book, I was like, oh, this is it's not about the money or anything like that. It's all about just a vessel for finding those exact people so I don't have to go through the journey alone, the journey that I've already been doing all these years that I know works. And now that I realize kind of how life works when you're committed to these paths and to taking those steps, it's so powerful and it's so magical, and it makes you realize that opportunities are just everywhere, and so are the people that you're looking for. All right, Kay Bela, I think we're at our time now. Let's say a close. Is there anything that you wanted to close out with, or?
I think that was, I think that pretty much covered everything that I was thinking of. So let me know, reach out if anything that we've talked about today are things that you'd like to be more involved in. Obviously, Ashley and I are both open to community and connection, so reach out to us. And even if we can't help you in our positions, even if you need something a little bit different, we can help you. We can still guide you. We can still motivate you
in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're here for.
Yes, and please, Kay Bela, put your information in the Facebook group so everybody can find you when they get a chance to watch this. I'll be posting the recording really soon. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. I will talk to you all soon. Love you. Bye, Kay Bela.
Bye.